platform, you better have your goals written for the year. It is March the 16th, 2024. You better have your goals written. We're getting ready to end the first quarter in just a few weeks. So if you don't have your goals written by now, two things. Number one, you're not serious about your success. And number two, you are dishonoring the seed of your potential. And you know you don't want me to get started about your potential because I believe that mediocrity and comfortability and procrastination are great tools that prevent so many people from fulfilling their vision, manifesting their dreams, realizing their greatest potential. You have to take action. And as you've heard me say, imperfect action will trump inaction any day. Write that down. Imperfect action will trump inaction any day. And so it doesn't have to be perfect. It won't be perfect in the beginning, but you have to take the action. And if you don't take the action, you're not going to see the outcomes that you want to see in your life. And the other thing that I want you to understand is that even more people have a hard time asking for what they want. So not only do people have a hard time articulating what they want, they have an even harder time asking for what they want. And I know that this is a major challenge because I have seen it play out over and over again in so many people's lives. And so from decades of experience, I can tell you that ambiguous questions lead to ambiguous answers. And so a lot of people will say, Jamil, it's not working. I'm not getting the results I want to see. I'm not experiencing the breakthroughs I want to see. And what a lot of people have failed to realize in their lives is that if you don't get very specific about certain things, you're not going to produce the results that you want to see. I tell people all the time that a jack of all trades and a master of none may sound good in theory, but it points to incredible failure in reality because it shows me a person that lacks concentration and it shows me a person that has not mastered anything. And one of the things that I always tell people is that in your lifetime there should be something that you have the ability to master. And if you don't master anything, then it's very difficult for you to live a memorable life. Nobody remembers a mediocre life or a life that was all over the place, that lacked focus or concentration. And so there should be something that you want to master, some imprint or thumbprint or footprint you want to leave in the world that will resonate beyond your lifetime and generation. When you frame questions without clarity, you create confusion. And one of the most important things I have learned is that the answers you receive are based on the quality of the questions that you ask. Write that down. The answers you receive are based on the quality of the questions that you ask. And I think that one of the things that has been so beneficial to me is the fact that you have a very important part to play in your success. I believe that you drive your success. You define it, you design it, and you drive your success in so many aspects of your life. And I believe that your ability to ask quality-empowered questions is one of the catalysts that's going to set you on the course for success and prosperity in the days to come. Ultimately, it takes intention and skill to craft your questions with clarity. It takes intention and skill to craft your questions with clarity. And so I want you to begin to think about how you ask questions differently. I want you to think about thinking differently, how you arrive at certain conclusions in your life differently, because I believe that this is going to be a major key to your success. The life that you are creating for yourself is based on the clarity that you have. When I had that epiphany years ago, it changed my life because I realized that so many times we are acquiescing to situations and circumstances. We are playing the role of a victim. We're telling our sad story. We're looking for sympathy and pity and somewhere to point the blame, when we don't realize that because we lack clarity in our lives, not only are we crippling our lives, but we're creating confusion. We're creating cycles of frustration and failure and defeat. And we're robbing ourselves of the incredible opportunity to live the life that we were truly born for. The clarity you have is determined by the quality of the questions you are asking. And so a lot of times people will say, Jamel, I don't understand why this is not working for me, why I'm not getting the results that I want to see, why I'm not getting the breakthroughs that I want to experience in my life. And a lot of it boils down to a lack of clarity. A lot of you know that about 2 years ago, I guess now, I did a clarity detox, and I shut off social media. I shut off a lot of stuff for like 30 days. And people were losing it. They're like, what's going on? You're not on social. We're not seeing you. You're not interacting. What is going on? And I told them I just need a break. I need to unplug, and I need some clarity in some areas of my life. And when that 30 days was over, not only did I have clarity, but I was a changed person. It changed so much. It brought so much perspective to me. It brought so much perspective to my work. It brought so much perspective to relationships. There were relationships that I totally detached from and deleted from my life. There were things that I thought were priorities that were no longer priorities for my life. I deprioritized them. I decluttered my mind. I decluttered my emotions. I decluttered so many areas of my life, and it brought clarity in a way that I never had before. Because of that, 2023 was the greatest year of my life. I've had some great moments and great experiences in my life, but none of them could compare to 2023. And the same thing is already happening in 2024 because the clarity you have is determined by the quality of the questions you're asking. And over that 30 days, as I got clarity, the questions became clear, the answers became clear, and when the answer is clear, the action is clear. Write that down. When the answer is clear, the action is clear. So I had the answer. I knew what action to take, and I took the action, and I produced the outcomes that I wanted to see in my life. I believe that over the last few weeks, we have been diving deep into the power of questions. I believe that much of my success, as I told you, has been the result of asking the right questions. In addition, I believe that much of my failure can be traced back to the inability to ask the right questions. When I look at, I don't really believe in failures. I believe in opportunities to grow and to challenge and to stretch myself. But when I look back on those experiences in my life, I don't see them as points of failure. I see the lesson, and I know that there were moments that I did not know how to ask the right questions, or better yet, there were moments that I did not have the courage to ask the right questions. And so I was stuck. I didn't get the outcomes. I didn't get the progress. I didn't get the result that I wanted to see for my life. And, of course, right questions lead to right answers. However, I think we're missing something vital. How do you know the right questions to ask? I feel like this is like the $1 million piece. This is the $1 million question that so many people wrestle with in their lives. How do you know how to ask the right questions? I believe that there are a couple of things that really go into that process, but I believe that it takes perception and a listening ear to know how to ask the right questions. Write that down. It takes perception and a listening ear to know how to ask the right questions. Now, you have to understand that my work and my organization is all around consulting and advising leaders around the world. And so the ability to have perceptivity and to listen attentively, and with intention is a major factor to my success, not just in business, but in everything that I go to do. And so from early on, I have worked tirelessly tirelessly, that's the correct pronunciation, to become an effective communicator. And with